Greetings, movie fans, and welcome back to the summer movie box office game. We are dealing with week 4 of our game, and that's dealing currently with the movies that open up on the weekend of June 12th to the 14th. Joining me for this particular episode is Candace, who has one of her picks within this week's options. So, Candace, have you seen anything within the last time we spoke?
Yes. Yeah, I did a double bill on Thursday night last week. I went to go see Obsession for the second time
Okay,
and then
excellent. Yes.
also watched Backrooms.
Ooh, that sounds like a good double feature.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Was it first time for Backrooms?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, and what did we think of Backrooms?
Um, I enjoyed it. I don't know if enjoy is really the right word. Um, uh, yeah, I had a good laugh because I was like, this movie would have been over in no time because if I found the back room after going past the furniture in the first room and seeing that there was like that way, like to the
Mm-hmm.
left and to the right, there's just more, I would have been like, yeah, I'm gonna get
Nope,
out of
that's
here.
it. I'm out of here.
I'm
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah.
But yet these people just kept going and going. I was like, what are you doing, Clark? You have way more curiosity than you have survival skills. I don't
Yeah.
understand this.
Okay, you said it perfectly. Like how weird is it to have a main character called Clark and it not be Superman? Like
Oh,
how weird
I
does
didn't
it
find it that
like
weird. I
every
think of
single
him
time
like
I
Clark
just
Griswold.
I didn't even think of that, but yes,
Yeah.
he's definitely more Griswold than he is
Yeah.
friggin' Kent. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, no, I found that it was fascinating to see. Like I saw it again, opening night, full theater, so there was the whole entire environment involved with the enjoyment of the
Hmm.
movie. That was kind of cool. I really liked how they mixed like the era of the 90s sort of feel to it, so which was perfect, and how the mixture between the what the characters are visually watching and when we see it as well. I mean, it's we get the two, and then to throw in perfectly spliced in POV stuff. Like when they bring in a camcorder footage, it seamlessly goes into the movie and it feels such a great part of the storytelling and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised at some point when, not during the movie, but while the movie had been released and people were talking about it and said, oh, the found footage film Backrooms. And I was like, found footage? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, yeah.
But there is that element, yes, because they
Mhm.
switched to the camcorder. I loved the fact that it was set in the 90s
Yes.
and like I just oh man, I'm looking at people in these apartments in these rooms going, God, I think I miss wall-to-wall carpeting, wall-to-wall, like plush, thick carpeting. We had that in my house, and my chore was
Hmm.
to vacuum every
Vacuum.
weekend,
Yep.
and it
It's
was
the exact same thing. Yep.
so
Yep.
much work. And the stairs, and
Yep.
oh, I hated it, but I'm just watching them like walk around on these soft, plush carpets like forever. I'm
Hmm.
like, oh, that
Yep.
actually, that I think I want that
That
back.
throws me back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. 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 I hadn't even thought of that till you mentioned that. I'm like, yes, everything was carpeted. Everything was, and yes, the no matter where you lived, the vacuum cleaner was always too big to do the stairs,
Ugh,
and
yeah.
you had to, yeah,
Had
like
to
drag the
put it
thing
on the
either up or
landing
yeah,
and then
lay it,
like
and then yes,
try to
exactly,
try to
exactly.
get
Yep.
as
Yeah.
far
Yeah.
down as possible before the vacuum came falling down the stairs. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And Obsession, you obviously said you've seen it a second time and all that sort of thing.
Yes.
I mean, I think I'm gonna try my darndest to get to see it this weekend because I've just heard so many great things about it and I can't wait. Even though it's not part of our game, but again, it's one of those. It's the sinners of this game, I
Hmm.
think, of this year's choices. But
Yeah, because it
I'm
actually went back up to
I
second this
exactly.
week.
Yes, I was going to mention that in a moment when we got to our list, but I myself got to go see Disclosure Day,
Hmm.
I went to see it on the Friday evening, where they had the special presentation of a live feed from one of the New York IMAX theaters, where both Steven Spielberg and Emily Blunt were asked a couple of questions. You got to submit questions and all that sort of thing. I think it was like maybe a 25-minute presentation that happened before the movie. The interviewer, a recognizable name, a face, I wish I can remember what his name was. I always see him on my feeds and all that sort of thing. He always
Yeah.
seems to be a very entertaining person to be interviewed by. But I think he got through about like maybe 10-ish questions between both Steven Spielberg and Emily Blunt. And it was quite a nice little introduction to it. One of the cool things about it is that my perception of the movie changed when Spielberg himself at the beginning says, this is a different way of me foretelling a particular story like this.
Hmm.
So it's not my usual way of do it. I mean, it is a Spielberg movie. Don't get me wrong; it is a totally Spielberg movie to begin with. It's definitely from front to end. It definitely is, especially when you throw in a John Williams score. I mean, friggin' 95, I believe that gentleman is, and he's still
Hmm.
putting on a strong thing.
Crazy.
But Spielberg himself had said, "This is not my typical way that I usually tell a story." So going into it, having that piece of information made the feel of the movie be slightly different, because when you do watch it, it doesn't seem to be a Spielberg way of telling a storyline.
Hmm.
Visually, it's Spielberg, like it's from beginning to end. He deals with like fantastic cast, amazing camera work as always, and it's a very entertaining and thoughtful story. But there is something that I'm thinking the general public not knowing, that they're going in expecting to see E.T. or Close Encounters or
Hmm.
any other of the big blockbusters. But it is definitely an older Spielberg telling this story. So his way of telling the story has changed from back in Jurassic Park days and Raiders of the Lost Ark and whatnot. So it having that for information made it a little more better for me to watch, because when I came out of the movie, I'm like, oh, that was fantastic. It was really great. But then I'm hearing other people who didn't get that sort of thing, like after this weekend, they were saying,
Yeah.
Spielberg, okay, and all that sort of thing. And they started telling the things that it's like, but Spielberg, and I'm like, they didn't have that pre notion of knowing that Spielberg is like, look, this isn't the typical way that I tell a story. And I think that helped seeing it and
Yeah.
all that. So
Yeah.
entertaining movie, really great. Like I said, visually, it's a stunning movie, because you would expect that from Spielberg. But I really enjoyed the movie. My movie date was my mom, so
Hmm.
she enjoyed the movie. We reminisced on the fact that the very first Spielberg movie that we ever saw was Raiders of the Lost Ark when it originally came out in the theaters. So
Yeah.
it's like almost full circle, 30, 40 years later. Is it 40
Yeah.
years later? Yeah,
Yeah.
Raiders
It's
is
more than
40
40 because
years
it's
this year.
84, I
Yeah.
think it came out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, so that was I really enjoyed it. And again, we saw it in IMAX, well, quote unquote Limax, because it was one of those, big theaters that they just made a larger screen in. It wasn't
Yeah.
the full actual IMAX experience, but
Hmm.
still, very enjoyable time.
Hmm.
All right. So that being said, let's see how the box office was for the domestic totals for, again, the weekend of June 12th to 14th. So in we just do the top 10, and again, we're doing domestic, so it's just the box office for North American, just to see how everyone did locally. So the number 10 spot, premiering in number 10, opening this weekend, was Stop That Train, which made $2 million in its opening weekend. And out of this whole entire list of movies that came out this week, this is what Candace has as part of
Yep.
her stable of movies. Number 9 was another movie that actually premiered this weekend that unfortunately did not make it onto our list for some strange reason. I don't know where I messed up and all that sort of thing, but that is The Furious, which came in with a $2.8 million. The number 8th place was one I wasn't going to put on because it's a concert film, and concert films usually do good in the first week and then disappear afterwards. But this was the BTS World Tour, which came in with $3.8 million. Seventh place is the still going strong Michael, which brought in $4.2 million. In sixth place, as I'm looking at my numbers, I seem to have forgotten to put down the numbers, but The Mandalorian and Grogu came in sixth place. Um, in fifth place is last week's opening movie was Masters of the Universe with $8.9 million. Fourth place we have fourth place we have Backrooms with 11.5. In third place is the still going pretty strong Scary Movie coming in with another 14.2 domestically. The number two, as Candace mentioned earlier, is Obsession, which raked in $19 million over this past weekend. And again, this is just the weekend. This is just the
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday totals, which again, phenomenal thing for a movie that was released almost 6 weeks ago. It
Yeah.
just
And
keeps making money.
last weekend it was the number 4 movie and it's up to
Exactly.
number
Yep.
2, which means like a
Mm-hmm.
couple of movies came out, people saw them, and then everybody
Yep.
went, yeah, we'd
Wait.
rather watch
Yeah.
Obsession.
Obsession. Exactly. And then again, that leaves us with the number one movie domestically opening, which is Disclosure Day, which came in with $44.5 million. All right. So, the main reason for our game is to do our world box office. Again, it just gives everyone cooler looking numbers, huge lists, and whatnot. And what we do is we refer to the Box Office Mojo top 200 list. And what that is they basically culminate all the movies that get released in a single year and just give a running total. And out of our list of movies, we have a handful that are already out, and we're just going to go in numeric order of their positioning in this 200 list. All right, so in seventh of 200, we have Mandalorian and Grogu, currently running with a total of $315.1 million. In ninth place is Backrooms with a $248.7 million. Coming up in 16th place out of 200 is Scary Movie 6 with $172.8 million. Entering the top 200 at 24th place is Disclosure Day with $93.9 million. Followed closely by 27th place, Masters of the Universe, which is at $86.3 million. At 46th out of 200 is Passenger with 20, which with $30.9 million. We then go to 67th place, which is The Breadwinner with $17.5 million. At
The
74th place,
irony of that name.
the irony of The Breadwinner. Yes, exactly. Yeah. In 74th place is Pressure with $15.4 million. And in 96th place, we have I Love Boosters with $9.2 million. Now that by stopping right there with those particular numbers, that means that everything else that is currently on our list has fallen well below the 200 mark. Those movies, in numerical order, would mean that Power Ballad is now with $2.8 million, followed by the opening weekend of Stop That Train, which apparently only had a domestic release, so it only has $2.2 million. Sorry, $2.0 million. Followed by distantly by both Corporate Retreat, which has $381,000, and then followed by Corina Coraline with $236,000. So unfortunately, we got a few titles that are just puttering along. Again, we're dealing with small movies that haven't had huge releases to begin with, is what
Hmm.
we're pretty much guessing at, and all that. So yeah, so that then brings us to what we have as our running totals. Now, again, we are still early in this game. Like I said, we are only 4 weeks into a roughly 20-ish week game, and so the rankings go as such. In fourth place, we have Mitch, who again only has one or two titles currently out. Oh no, I believe he only has the one movie out currently in the game, and he's sitting at $9.2 million. In third place is Dan with only two movies on the in the game so far, and he is sitting at $18.2 million. Second place is Troy, myself, with $210 million. But everyone is being trumped by number one, Candace, who is sitting at $734.7 million right now.
I'm
So
hoping I
again,
can break 1 billion before July when I don't have a single movie coming out that month.
exactly, exactly. I was looking over the next week, and just to put it out there, we have a couple of actually contenders coming out next weekend. That would be the June 19th to 21st. I am out of that particular weekend, but Candace has two movies.
Mhm.
But Daniel and Mitch even have a single movie each coming out, so it might be. But at that point, there, both me and Candace have to sit into the background while every other week from that on for a little while until again, like she said, like July. Dan and Mitch have a bunch of movies coming out, so then things are now going to start to even themselves out. So yeah.
Yeah.
So the movies coming out next week are going to be Girls Like Girls and Leviticus, which both are Candace's choices. The Death of Robin Hood is on
Mm.
Daniel's stable of movies, and then we got the could be, couldn't be uh, proverbial final movie of Toy
There,
Story
it's
5.
never final. I think
No,
we have to understand.
yeah. When three was supposed to be the last one, and then they threw enough money at Tom Hanks to come back for a fourth. I mean,
Yeah.
five is, I guess that's what you're gonna do.
At
And
least
to
they've
let it
never
out there,
called it Toy Story, the final chapter.
yeah, exactly, exactly, yeah. And that would be Mitch's movie. So that will definitely, I mean, understandably, from that list of movies, I can totally see Toy Story 5 being the big one for next weekend. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Of my movies, I feel like Girls Like Girls is not even going to come out on that many. I think it'll be a 3-digit number of screens that it ends up coming out on. Leviticus, I'm definitely seeing like trailers for it, and I think it'll be a little more
yes,
popular.
yeah, yep,
But
yep.
yeah, like Girls, I haven't seen anything anywhere.
Anything at all, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Death of Robin Hood is starting to creep in there. I'm seeing
Hmm.
it on
Yeah.
different feeds and all that sort of thing. I'm actually seeing like television commercials about it. And of course, everywhere you look, there's going to be a Toy Story here and a Toy Story like
Yes.
commercial here and there and all that sort of thing. But
Believe
that
me.
I don't think Disney really has to worry about the presentation of like, oh, you know what? There's a new Toy Story movie coming out. Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
I
really.
mean, I went to see 2 movies, well, 3 movies last week, but every
Hmm.
single one had right now the Cineplex is using the Toy Story characters for their like
Yeah.
don't be a nuisance, turn off your phone ad.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
seeing a lot of Toy Story. And then you
Yeah. No.
also get the
Definitely.
trailer.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. All right. So so far, like I said, Candace is the one leading this game, but things are going to turn as soon as we hit July. Numbers are definitely going to spike in for certain projects and all that sort of thing. Hopefully, I'll be able to get a full roster of players in next week's episode because everyone except for myself has a movie out, and well, I'm the host, so I got to be here anyways. So we'll see what happens that so what are you looking forward to seeing next?
Well, I
Not
do,
even if it's not on this list. What are you looking at
yeah.
seeing next?
So, one thing I do want to say, it's not so much that I want to see it, but so Stop That Train came out
Mm-hmm.
this weekend. The trailer looks
Mm-hmm.
hilarious. I'd love to see
Mm-hmm.
it, but it doesn't feel like something I need to go to the theater to see. However,
Yeah.
what it really reminds me of, and what I would tell everybody else to watch on Tubi, there's a Tubi original called Slay, Slay, and it's a similar sort of thing. It's for drag queens. It's I mean, it's basically like From Dusk Till Dawn. They go to do a show, a drag performance. They
Yes, I saw the
end
trailer for
up,
that.
yes,
Yes.
they end up at this like roadhouse in probably a red state, and everybody there are bikers, and they're like, well, whatever, we're gonna do our show. And then vampires arrive, and it is hilarious. It is like so heartfelt. It is amazing. Like minds and spirits are changed. Um, it's also just like it's like a good vampire movie too. It is
Excellent.
so good. It is shocking that this like to be original, which is clearly like even when you're watching it, you're like, oh, this is just like a silly little like cheapo thing they did, but it's still like a legitimately good movie. So every time I see the trailer for Stop That Train, it just makes me want to go home and watch Slay. Um, but I do think people should, stop that train. We should be watching drag queens make movies because they're hilarious.
Oh yeah, they're I mean, the fact that the art has been around for so many
Mm,
generations and
hmm.
whatnot, and it's a time honored tradition too. The fact that it's gotten such like flack over the past years has just been a sad thing. I've always been fascinated by drag, like
Yeah.
the effort that goes into not only creating the character but a look and a
Hmm.
personality. I mean, you that is supreme performance
Yeah.
to
Well,
be
and as a
able
person,
to.
like you do cosplay and makeup,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's just like a different character, a different type of character.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, and again, yeah, it's just fantastic. And yes, thank you. It was Tubi that I saw the trailer for like on for
Yeah.
Slay. So I'm definitely going to be writing that down. Like, yes, finally, I remember where it is now. Thank you for that.
Yes. So I
I
highly
appreciate that.
recommend everybody go see that. I
Yeah.
am interested in seeing Leviticus. Like the trailers have actually, um, yeah, it's actually looking more interesting to me than it did even when we had our first,
Yep.
our
Yep.
what do we call our sale, our
Yeah,
fire sale
exactly.
of
Yes. Yeah.
movies.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah. So I might try to get out to see that, but we'll see. Watching movies is tough because I work really weird hours and I tend to I tend to work the times when most people would be going to see movies or when you
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
think about going to see movies. And so
Hmm.
then this is why I love the Monday night secret cinema thing because Monday nights are actually like a pretty easy day for me to go to the movies, but I just don't think of it in a normal week. It's like, what am I going to do
Right.
on a
Right.
Monday?
Yeah.
Go to the movies. I'm like,
Yeah.
why would I do that? It's just a Monday. So we'll see. We'll see if I make it out to another movie, but
Yeah.
I'd like to try to see
I'm
the Leviticus.
yeah, I'm more than likely I'm probably going to see Toy Story 5 because I love crying in movie theaters. But I definitely want to get to see Obsession this week. I don't think I want to push it any further. I mean,
Hmm.
from the way it's going, it's going to be out there for a while. And I mean, if anyone's in charge, they definitely will keep Obsession out as long as they possibly can because I mean, yeah, but I'm probably going to go see Toy Story 5, but maybe depending on how it runs for me and all that sort of thing, maybe Death of Robin Hood as well, just because it's starting to look like a cool sort of. So on that note, I want to thank you, Candace, for joining me for yet another week. Hopefully, like I said, I'll talk to you next week if timing works out between everyone. And thank you for joining me. Anything else you want to say about anything right this very second?
Nope. I got my little plug-in for Slay, so
Very excellent, excellent. All right, and again, we do this because we love, first of all, watching movies, and the best way to see movies is on the big screen. I don't care how wonderful your sound system is or how large your television is. It's the experience of going to the movie theaters. And the only way we're going to get more movies in the movie theaters is by showing those people who make movies for the movie theaters that we are going to go see those movies is by going to the theaters and seeing those movies. Could I say that any other more complicated way? I might just clip that for a future like loop and all that sort of thing. But
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, so do yourself a favor, go see movies. It's the only way we're going to get really fun cinema, which again, according to the numbers, is starting to come back, which is a great thing for us who enjoy going to see movies. All right. So once again, thank you, Candace. Thank you, audience. And until next time, We'll see you at the box office.
This has been the Summer Movie Draft, a Planet Geek production. Please be sure to subscribe, download, comment, share, rate, and review. You can follow Planet Geek Productions on all of our social medias. Through Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Tumblr, and Letterboxd, search for Planet Geek Productions. On X, former Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky, search for Planet Geek Pod. Or you can send us an email at planetgeekpod@gmail.com. If you'd like to contribute to our GoFundMe, or just buy us a coffee, check out our GoFundMe and Ko-Fi links in the description. Thanks for tuning in.